Hey guys, what is up? John here from fly8mikealpha.com coming to you today for another 2-Minute Tuesday. 2 minutes is on the clock. Let's go. So a question I get from students quite a bit is, well, what do I do before I go fly? Now my instructor, has me sometimes call a weather briefer, sometimes not. Sometimes we just look out the window. Sometimes we get fuel. Sometimes we do this. Sometimes we do that. There seems like so many arbitrary things. I'm just not sure what I need to do. What are all the steps to make sure I'm doing all these things right before I go fly the airplane? Well, here's a broad overview of what I have my students do, and feel free to elaborate on the list in the comments below if there's any other steps that you like to do before you go fly. Here's just the basics to try to paint a picture for most of my students. So, first step is pick up the phone, call the weather briefer. Is the weather good enough to go fly? Make that decision. Make sure you get TFRs and NOTAMs, anything that's going to be a deal breaker for us on the flight. So we need to know the airports we're going from and to. So TFRs and NOTAMs, weather's good enough, good, let's move on. Let's take a look at the sectional chart. The airport we're taking off from, the airport we're going to. What kind of airspace is around there? What kind of elevation? What kind of topography? What sort of things are we going to see out the window to let us know we're in the general vicinity of that airport, so we know what to expect to see, so we kind of have an idea of where we're at along this little flight. And what kind of airspace is there en route? Any special use airspace? Any MOAs? Any warning areas? Anything that we need to be cognizant of and be checking up on? So we get that idea from the sectional chart. We're pretty satisfied. We have a good idea of where we're going to be flying. We put that aside. We go ahead and we open up the chart supplement next. So we look at the chart supplement for the airport we're departing from, the airport we're going to, any other airports of intended use, all right? So any other airports we saw in the sectional chart that, hey, if the weather's bad, we might go ahead and divert there. We might divert here. We might go there. Might check this one out. That would be cool to do touch and go there. Any other airports, let's open up the chart supplement, go ahead and review it. We're going to look at airport remarks, anything wonky about those airports, any special rules that apply, like Lake Hood or Merrill up here in Anchorage, Alaska. And then look at the runway lengths, look at the runways available, look at, are there PAPIs, VASIs, what are you going to encounter when you get to that airport, what can you expect? Now, it's a good idea if you haven't been to those airports before that you're planning to go to or that are along your route, go ahead and call up the airport manager, call up the FBO manager, talk to somebody there, and get some local knowledge from local pilots or the airport manager or the FBO person, and say, hey, I'm planning to come in this airplane. Are there fees? What's going on? I'm going to get some fuel while I'm there. And they say, oh, well, hey, yeah, the fuel pump's been broke for the last 2 days. We haven't had time to get a NOTAM put out about it. And certainly not in the printed chart supplement or on your iPad chart supplement. So yeah, good thing you called and you found out the fuel pump's actually out of service and you're gonna have to get fuel somewhere else. That may really change your game plan as to where you're going that day. Really like calling ahead and getting some local knowledge of what's going on at that airport before you go there. So now we know that we're pretty good to go. We've covered where we're going to be flying. We know that the airports are good, the runways are good. We have all that information for the flight. What's next? Well, let's go ahead and get our flight bag put together. So we'll look in our flight bag, what's in it, what can we get rid of? Make sure your basic stuff, right? Your iPad, your headset, whatever. A few bottles of water if you get thirsty along the way, maybe a granola bar, a snack bar. You don't want to have low blood sugar if you get hungry. And then general survival stuff too. You're flying in October and it's kind of cooler out. You might want to throw an extra jacket or two in there. What if you have to spend the night in the airplane? What if you get stuck out somewhere that you don't really like? Some basic necessities that may come in handy, you might want to have in there. Things like a PLB, a personal locator beacon, a little spot, an inReach, whatever it might be, a laser pointer to serve as a flare signal, anything like that, an extra backup radio, batteries, headlamp, anything you're going to need on that flight, make sure it's going to be in that bag. So we pack our flight bag. Now we're ready to head to the airport and go ahead and pre-flight the airplane. As always, do a good thorough pre-flight in accordance with the POH and whatever other things your instructor has shown you. But basic things that you're looking for, fuel and oil. If you got fuel and oil, the airplane will fly, hopefully. And if you don't have fuel or oil, it definitely won't fly. So those are the general overview, right? We get the weather briefing, we know the weather's good, TFRs, NOTAMs, all good there. We check the sectional chart, we check the chart supplement, we make some phone calls if we need it, we pack our flight bag, we go to the airport, we pre-flight the airplane, we make sure it's in good shape, we go fly and put a smile on our face. Obviously, you can make this a lot more in-depth, a lot more thorough, but those are the general things I like to do. Hopefully that gives you an idea, if you're a student pilot, the general things that need to be done before each flight, whether it's just a flight around the pattern or a flight that you're actually going somewhere on. Whether it's a flight lesson or you're a commercial pilot and you're just flying around for fun, those are the basic things that need to be done every single time. Make sure you're not missing anything. So, anything else to add? Leave it in the comments below. Any questions? Comments are there for you. They're right there. You just type away, hit the little button, it posts it, we respond to it, works super simple. Also, be sure to check out flightmikealpha.com if you have not already. Private pilot, instrument pilot, commercial pilot ground school, CFI ground school is coming in 2019, summertime, and we've got the seaplane pilot course up for you guys, tailwheel course, crosswind landing course, so many cool courses on flightmikealpha.com. Go ahead and check it out if you have not already. And if you can't fly every day, then fly mikealpha.com. It's cheaper than flying every day, actually. You know, it's pretty fun too. So we'll see you guys in the next video.